Yeah, so this happened today. This Clint Russell guy, I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's pretty much a nobody, but he's been on Timcast in the past as a regular guest. And he's usually on, more recently, he's on Luke Radowski's show. Luke, the guy who made himself famous as being one of the, I think, the co-producers of 9/11 Loose Change, who later, unfortunately, sold his soul for two-party rock and roll, I guess, let's say. Anyway, yeah, this guy, this Clint Russell guy, man, he must be pretty thin-skinned, because all I commented on X, this was on multiple posts of his today. He's hanging out in D.C. at the Restore the Republic fest or rally or whatever this thing's supposed to be. Of all these, it's David Icke would call them MAMs, mainstream alternative media, bobbleheads, influencers, basically celebrities for the right, are all gathered together for this occasion to quote-unquote restore the Republic. Well, this Clint Russell guy, who is his own channel is called Liberty Lockdown, and he's a self-professed libertarian. He's just a fine, shining example. So I had to make an example of him today. He's a fine, shining example of a complete fraud, in my opinion, because a guy who professes libertarian values and, claims to be a champion of free speech, right? A true patriot, who has such thin skin and such a tiny little safe space bubble. I think he better belongs somewhere on the left, right? As a flaming liberal. But yeah, so all I commented on one of his posts today was, keep drinking the Kool-Aid, kid. Because he posted video after video of Russell Brand. One of them was Russell Brand with Jordan Peterson, and he made a comment something like, basically he was love struck. Okay, let's just call it as it is. Love struck over the proposal of a tag team, Russell Brand and Jordan Peterson. Yes, the same Jordan Peterson, by the way, speaking of free speech, who recently begged, in fact, Elon Musk to, somehow implement some kind of technology, something akin to a digital ID, on his platform X to protect poor, frail, little old man Jordan Peterson from all the constant barrage of attacks that he has faced, standing up for Israel, from all these, the ilk of Nick Fuentes and his army of supporters out there, the anti-Zionist, right? Anti-Semitic, whatever you want to call these people. Jordan Peterson was so afraid for himself and his immediate family's well-being for, being portrayed as a, I won't even go there on this platform, but, yes, the same champion, quote-unquote, of freedom, of free speech, Jordan Peterson, up there on stage with Russell Brand, kneeling down, praying the Lord's Prayer. And I made a couple comments on that post as well, and the far majority of the people commenting on this Clint Russell's video were pretty critical, I guess you could say. For the most part, most people thought it was a grift, and I still think the same thing about Russell Brand. This guy Russell, he was facing multiple sexual assault charges, and he had already built himself a fairly large audience. For the most part, Christian conservative, right? So, like I put it, if you want to save face, if you don't want to face a lot of backlash from your target audience, if you want to kind of get ahead of the curve in this PR campaign against any potential character-crushing possible allegations that might be brought up about, just how genuine, just how principled a man you are, right, Russell Brand? If you want to get ahead of all that and possibly completely destroying your reputation and everything that you've worked for, what a better idea than to rebrand yourself as a Christian, right? To get baptized And now to go around like a clown in your whitey-tighty underwear, baptizing other people, marrying people, even though you're not ordained in anything other than social media celebrity online. What a better way to, just kind of like put out daily your walk with faith, your walk with God. And, how much you've changed from that old, that old man of sin, that old wicked sexual predator that you once were, right, guys? Call me skeptical, but I just don't buy anything that comes from Russell Brand. He's by any other definition, he's just a complete narcissist, okay? And he's been his whole life. He's been a celebrity. He's had his own talk show. He's, over there in Britain, the equivalent of a Hollywood star, okay? So I don't buy anything from Russell Brand. And the other post that I commented on from this Clint Russell guy, where I told him to just keep sipping on the Kool-Aid, was this comment the guy made of this just complete adoration for the charisma of Russell Brand and how he can hold the attention of such a great mind as Jordan Peterson. And so, call me a smart ass, but I am. But I just kind of grew up as a kid among, older kids, right? My brother and his friends, and we'd always kind of talk trash at each other, right? So I guess I've grown a little bit of a thick skin as an adult, but I guess some kids, right, like just never maybe experience that. Maybe they're a little pampered, right? Kind of born with a little silver spoon. And I truly think a lot of these kids, they just never had that many friends in school, right? In high school, they were never part of a cool club. They didn't have all the girls. And so now they have this glimmer of hope of just kind of reliving their youth, everything that they missed out on, that they saw in the movies. And they saw the other cool kids having all this fun and going to parties, and they were just kind of the nerds in class. And finally they think that they can kind of be part of the cool club, right? Live the high life. And all of these guys, everybody has a price, okay? And some people are cheap hookers, and some people are high-class hookers, I guess. But in any case, everybody's got a price. And unfortunately, these are the guys that we are being presented with, right? With this Restore the Republic rally or fest or whatever it is in Washington, D.C. These are your champions that are going to restore the Republic from the evil wickedness in high places that has steered us wrong over the years. This is why I feel like a political atheist, guys. And I never see really much of any true hope in the political process. Politics, voting in general, on the national level at least, voting is the very least you can do as an American citizen. Well, all these uniparty parasites want you to think that that's the greatest thing that you could possibly do. As a real American patriot, you show up on voting day and you check in that little box. And by doing that, and doing that alone, voting in the right puppet in office, that's going to somehow restore the Republic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the original Jefferson quote went something along these lines. When a government is destructive of these aims, then you vote in another party from the same government. Right? That's hopium at its finest. And it is, in my opinion, the slow-acting poison that's really destroying this country. And that's why I get so upset over fakes and frauds like Clint Russell, or to name another fake tough guy who's blocked me, the Tate brother, right? Andrew Tate. Yeah, these people are so thin-skinned, and yet they profess to be free speech absolutists. It's sad, it's pathetic, and I think what's more pathetic is that people actually follow these people and look to these people for advice on how to live life. Well, God bless, that's just my 2 cents for today. People, I just had to get on my little soapbox because that was personal. Anyway, till next time, with Nightwatch N8, signing out.